Liverpool News Live updates, furious Coutinho to Barcelona, Lemar three-way battle. Liverpool News Live updates, all of the latest from Anfield including the Champions League draw Tuesday December 12. Lemar three-way battle 3 o'clock. Chelsea could reportedly join the race to sign Thomas Lemar, with both Arsenal and Liverpool set to reignite their interest next month. Arsenal came agonisingly close to signing Lemar for a club record £90 million fee in the final hours of the summer transfer window. Liverpool were also constantly linked with Lemar's services, and Monaco vice president Vadim Vasilyev claimed the Merseyside club lodged 2 bids for his signature. And French newspaper L'Equipe report both clubs will reignite their interest in the 22-year-old next month. However, the Premier League duo will also face competition from Chelsea, who are said to have made contact with Monaco about a potential move for Lemar. Monday, December 11, Real Madrid plan shock Mohamed Salah swap deal 22.45. Real Madrid are preparing to swoop for Liverpool star Mohamed Salah, in a deal which could see Galactico Lucas Vazquez going in the opposite direction, according to reports. According to Spanish publication Don Balón, Zidane has identified Salah as his top target. The Frenchman was keen on securing the services of Inter Milan forward Mauro Icardi, but the price he was quoted was apparently too expensive. Real president Florentino Perez is willing to use Vazquez as a bargaining chip in the deal. The winger has scored 3 goals in 21 appearances at the Bernabeu this term. However, it looks highly unlikely Reds boss Jurgen Klopp will want to lose his top goal scorer. Thompson hits out at Klopp 2100 hours. Phil Thompson was not impressed with Jurgen Klopp's decision to rotate his squad for the Everton match. Told Sky Sports, "We, as Liverpool fans, have moaned about the rotation for a few weeks and it has come off previously, but this is a derby game. You play your best team in the derby. That selection worried me, that he didn't understand how big a game it was. Has gone with a team to beat a mid-table team rather than win a derby game. If it was Manchester United he would have played a full-strength side, so it was maybe a bit of complacency as well as the rotation. It's always a risk rotating, and for this game I just can't get my head around it as a Liverpool fan. I know it was important to him, but we've all been fans for our lives." Balagon Coutinho 1855. Philippe Coutinho will not join Barcelona in January, but things will change in the summer. When asked if Coutinho will join Barcelona in January, Balag wrote in his Sky Sports column, "Liverpool's stance is the same, meaning right now they don't want to negotiate with Barcelona. They are not sitting down with Barcelona and are not setting a price for him. In the summer, it will be a different story, but they have no intention of selling him right now." Salah Scoops Award 1815, Liverpool star Mohamed Salah has been crowned BBC African Footballer of the Year for 2017. Among the other contenders were his teammate Sadio Mane, Chelsea's Victor Moses, Borussia Dortmund striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Red Bull Leipzig's Naby Keita. Salah said, "I have always followed my way. And I want everyone in Egypt to follow my way." Since I left Egypt, in my mind, I want to be the best Egyptian ever. I work hard and try to be different from them. Collymore prediction 1740. Stan Collymore has given his Champions League predictions following the conclusion of the last 16 draw. He tweeted, Porto v Liverpool. Score draw in Porto, Fab 4 to just do enough at Anfield. Expansive United win by 2-3 over 2 legs. Pragmatic stay-at-home United limp through. A draw in London, straightforward Barca win at home. Real Madrid v PSG. Parisians to be spooked over both games by Ronaldo and company. The three-peat's still on. Stubbs on Klopp 1600 hours. Jurgen Klopp only has himself to blame for Liverpool dropping points against Everton. That's the view of former Everton star Alan Stubbs. I would have been delighted when I saw Liverpool's team yesterday. It's not to say that it was a considerably weaker team, but when you don't play your best players in a derby, and Stubbs told TalkSport. A lot of Liverpool fans would have turned up to the game thinking, what's he doing? This is a derby, it's not just another game, and I think foreign coaches sometimes don't get it as much. He's got only himself to blame really. I honestly think with those players, Coutinho and Firmino, on the pitch it would have been really hard for Everton to get a result. Crooks slams Reds 1400 hours. Liverpool stars Sadio Mane and Dejan Lovren made huge mistakes against Everton. That's the verdict of former Tottenham ace and BBC Sport pundit Garth Crooks, who says the Reds should have thrashed their Merseyside rivals. How Liverpool didn't knock Everton clean into Stanley Park I will never know, he told BBC Sport. They took the lead with another moment of magic by Mohamed Salah, and that should have been the knockout blow. Liverpool lacked sufficient ruthlessness, and that was no better illustrated than when Sadio Mane put himself and glory first instead of the team. I don't understand is why Dejan Lovren needed to put his hands on Dominic Calvert-Lewin at all, when he gave away the penalty from which Everton levelled. To see Lovren then approach the referee after the final whistle to confront referee Craig Pawson can only be described as the behaviour of the blindingly stupid. Getty. Liverpool draw Porto 1300 hours. Liverpool have been pitted against Porto in the last 16 of the Champions League. The Reds ran out 4-1 winners when they last played the Portuguese giants. And that result helped them extend their unbeaten run against Porto to 4 games. The first leg will take place at the Estadio do Dragão in February, with the return leg at Anfield in March. Champions League draw 12 o'clock. Liverpool are set to learn their fate in the Champions League draw today. Liverpool are in the hat for the last 16 draw that takes place in Lyon at 11 a.m. Follow the Champions League draw live updates right here. Every team compared to last season after game week 16 11 o'clock. Chelsea are well down on their 2016-17 points tally, but how is every other Premier League team performing compared to their last top-flight season? Antonio Conte's men slipped to a shock defeat against West Ham on Saturday, dropping yet more points as they struggle to replicate their title-winning 2016-17 form. Chelsea are currently 8 points off their previous tally, but the Blues are surprisingly not the worst performing team compared to last season. Meanwhile, Manchester City extended their lead to 11 points at the top of the Premier League with victory over rivals Manchester United. Pep Guardiola's side are 13 points better off than last year, but who else is enjoying an upturn in form? Take a look through the gallery here to see how your team is performing compared to this stage last season. Coutinho fuming, Barca delighted, and 10 o'clock, Barcelona chiefs were delighted with Jurgen Klopp's decision to leave Philippe Coutinho on the bench for yesterday's Merseyside derby, reports claim. The German tactician made 6 changes to the starting lineup that crushed Spartak Moscow 7-0 last week, leaving hat-trick hero Coutinho on the bench. Spanish newspaper Sport claimed the Brazilian playmaker and his representatives were furious with Klopp's decision. And it will only serve to accelerate his January move to the camp. Champions League draw 9 o'clock, Liverpool will learn their fate when the Champions League draw for the last 16 is held in Nyon, Switzerland, this morning. Manchester City, Manchester United, Liverpool, Tottenham and Chelsea all qualified from their respective groups, making England the first country to have 5 teams in the competition's last 16. Chelsea face a daunting tie, with Paris Saint-Germain, Barcelona and Besiktas their only possible opponents when the draw is made at UEFA's headquarters at 11 a.m. GMT. The 2 Manchester clubs, Liverpool and Tottenham, all finished top of their groups, meaning Chelsea can only be paired with either the French or Turkish champions, or the current La Liga leaders. For the 4 remaining English clubs, 5-time champions Bayern Munich and last year's runners-up Juventus are standout dangers, while reigning champions Real Madrid are potential foes for United, City and Liverpool. Sturridge wants out. 8 o'clock, Daniel Sturridge wants to leave Liverpool in order to secure a place in England's World Cup squad. Sturridge, 28, has started just 5 Premier League games this season, and is clearly behind Philippe Coutinho, Mo Salah, Sadio Mane and Roberto Firmino in the Anfield pecking order. The Mirror claims Sturridge is plotting a January exit with Real Betis, Everton and West Ham linked with his services.